Good morning. My name is Mrs. K.P. Mangani, and my course name is Database Administration and Management, and my topic is relational databases. I'm from Computer Science Department with Data Analytics, Department. So, in this video, I'm going to discuss on relational databases and model, structure of relational databases, and relational query language. So a relational database consists of a collection of tables, each of which assign a unique name. So every table will have a unique name, and relational model represents the database as a collection of relations. So here the relational model, what it does is it represents a database. So it consists of a collection of many relations. Thus in the relational model, the term relation is used to refer to a table, while the term tuple is used to refer a row. Similarly, the term attribute refers to the column of a table. So here, totally in the relational model, the relation is used to refer the table, or the term on each and every row of table is called tuple, and the term attribute refers to what are the fields or the columns in the table. So these are the things we must know in the relational model. And let me see some of the recent popular relational database management systems. Some softwares are DB2 and Informatics Dynamics Server, Oracle and RDB, SQL Server and MS Access. So these are the widely used relational database management system. And next we discuss about the relational model concepts. So relational model concepts, in this we must know what are the attributes, tables, tuple, relational schema, degree, cardinality, relation instance, and relation key. So these are things we must know. Okay, so relational model concepts, in that relational model, the terms that we are frequently using in the relational model, that is attribute. So each column, attribute refers to each column in the table. So attributes are the properties which define a relation, that is a student roll number, name. So these are the examples of attributes. And again we come to a table. In the relational model, the relations are all are saved in the table format. So it is stored along with its entities. A table has two properties, that is rows and columns. So rows represent records and column represents the attributes. Okay, so tuple is nothing but a single row of a table which contains a single record. Okay, so next is a relation schema. A relation schema represents the name of the relation with its attributes. So what it is, represents what is the name of the relation, how it is related with their attributes. For example, student number, name. So these are all comes under student details. Suppose when we go for department name, department, so all that comes under the department. So it represents the relation schema, gives the name of the table and how it is linked with the attributes. And degree is the total number of attributes which in the relation is called degree of the relation. So how many number of attributes in the relation. And cardinality is the total number of rows present in the table. So how many number of rows is present. So these are referred by these terms. So these terms are used in this relational model. And relational instance is a finite set of tuples in the RDBMS system. Okay, and relational instances they never have duplicate tuples. So in the relational instance is just a collections of tuples, but there is no duplicate tuples. And relation key, every row has one, two or more attributes, that is your relational key. And next we discuss about the structure of relational databases. So previously we have discussed the relational model concepts and the terms. So here let us consider sample relational database with a table that stores the information about the customers. So here the table will have the 4 column headers, that is customer ID, customer name, street and city. So these are the 4 column headers. Okay, similarly there is some other tables like account and depositor table that stores information about account number and account balance. So each account holder is identified by the value of the customer ID, while each account balance is identified by the value of the customer ID. So this can be shown in the next slide. So this is an example for a sample relational database. Here I have 3 tables, there is customer table, account table and depositor table. In the customer table I have customer ID, customer name, customer street and customer city. And in the second table that is in B table, there is account table, that is account number and balance. So these 2 tables, now I am going to link these 2 tables by the customer ID. So next third table is depositor table. In that I have customer ID and account number. So each customer name is identified by the customer ID, and each account number is identified by the customer ID. So finally, with the account number, you can find the balance. So these are the three tables. So it's already discussed in the previous slide, that is we have discussed that four attributes. It has four attributes like customer ID, customer name, customer street, and customer system. Here the tuple is each and every record is called as a tuple, and these each and every column is called as your attribute, and the table name is customer table. So table name is customer, and we are making some relations between this customer table, account table, and deposit table. So here SQL is widely used as a non-procedural language. So we can write the queries to get the result. That we are writing some queries or statements to get the result from the previous relational databases. So here example, suppose I want to find the name of the customer with the customer ID. So I have mentioned the customer ID. So now what you do is select customer name from customer. So I want to select the customer name from the customer table where the customer ID is equal to this one, specific one. So with that I can get the customer name through the customer ID. So this is the first query, an example. Another example is I want to get information from connecting all the three tables that we have discussed previously. So here we find the balances of all accounts held by the customer with the customer ID. So select account dot balance. So I want to collect the balance from both the table deposit and account. So where the deposited and customer ID is equal to the given one, and the account number, the deposited account number and the account table account number should be equal. So when they are equal, then you can get the balance. Okay, so this is your query language that helps to derive the result from the table. And next is your relational query language. So relational query language helps the user to request for information from database. So query actually normally the query language is used to you are getting some information from the database. So it can be categorized into procedural and non-procedural language. In procedural language, the user instructs the system to perform a sequence of operations on the database to compute the desired result. So in procedural language, the user will give the instructions. So I want to perform all these sequence operations on the database to compute the database. Suppose I want to get the name of customer from the customer table by giving the customer ID. So this is a procedural language. Okay, and in non-procedural language, the user describes only the information. Just I want this information without giving a specific procedure for obtaining that information. So just he will give, I want this and this. He will tell and in non-procedural language, the user will tell I want only the name and the balance from this, but he doesn't know the procedure, how to get or how to link them. So see, he does without giving any specific procedure, he just say I want to get the balance amount of a particular customer in another branch. Sometimes the problem is like this. So in that case, you can use this non-procedural language concept that is like XQuery. Okay, so these all comes under your relational query languages. And next is your relational algebra. Relational algebra is a procedural language. Here we use the algebraical operations. It consists of a set of operations that takes one or two relations as input and produce a new relation as a result. So what it do is it takes one or two relations. So like one or two tables, that is one customer table and then account table and then depositor table. So it consists of it takes all these one or two relations as a table as an input, and it produces a new relation and it gives a new relation as the result. So it will give a new relation, like it forms another table that contains all the extracted informations. So that is your algebraic operation. So here relational algebraic operations is procedural, so it follows the set of operations. Okay, and next one is relational calculus. So relational calculus uses predicate logic to define the result without giving any specific algebraic procedure. So here relational calculus, it uses the predicate logic. So predicate logic like greater than or less than or what are the things, conditions and the rules that is to be defined the result without giving any algebraic procedure. So we are giving not procedure, but you are using the logic like predicate logics, and all this applied to the tables to get the results. So this is your relational calculus. So these are the terms that is used in your relational query languages. And next in relational calculus we have two types, that is tuple relational calculus and domain relational calculus. So tuple relational calculus is also a non-procedural one, and the domain relational calculus is also non-procedural one. So these are the concepts that is used in your relational database relational query languages, and we have discussed about the relational model and relational structure of the relational databases. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you.